Hello everyone, my name is Professor Hero, and today we're going to be going over some basics of Mabinogi 101 and how to get you good at the game. With the blessing of Now, she advised me to start this class for all you new and returning players. We're going to cover some basics, some secret tricks, some tips, and we're going to guide you on the right path to getting you where you need to be so you're a knowledgeable player. Nothing crazy though, this isn't a pro guide, but this is Mabinogi 101. So you just created your character, picked your class, finished the tutorial, and now you're wondering what to do. First thing, let me say, I'm very proud of you. It's a lot of information, it's overwhelming. But you made it this far, and that's a great start. Mabinogi has a lot to offer, and the world is packed full of things to do, as well as mechanics and content. Alright, so the most important thing in Mabinogi is going to be...
It's a max DPS for maximum carnage.
I guess you're not wrong, but I was going to say inventory. As a new player, your inventory is key. Alright, do you see these buttons up here? After class, I want you to press on these buttons within your inventory yourself to see what they do. I want you to have fun experimenting, I want you to have fun looking around. But one thing we do have to talk about is the Me tab. At any point during your time in Aaron, as you play Mabinogi, you might run across a quest item. Sometimes it's a very important quest item, so it gets put into your Me tab. Sometimes specific weapons will be put in there. And sometimes the game's gonna require you to actually open your inventory and click on the quest item, and it's good to know that it might be stored in your Me tab. Alright class, for this section we're going to have to go outside for a little field experiment. It's a field day, so I expect you all to be on your best behavior. Yes, this is how I dress whenever I'm not teaching, but today we're going to cover some important tips and tricks when it comes to combat and just navigating the world. So the first tip I have for you guys, start using your control key a lot more often. Whenever you use your control key, it's going to lock onto a monster that's nearest to your mouse. So that way you can hold control and start clicking, so that way you're attacking the monster that you want to attack. This will start to help you whenever you're surrounded by a large group of monsters, more than 5, more than 10. It's going to help you, trust me, and you're going to clearly see what monster you're attacking, and this way it's going to stop you from attacking the wrong monster mid-combat. You can hold your control key and you will stay locked on unless they warp or, disappear. Alright, do you guys see this item on the ground here? In Mabinogi, you're going to come across a lot of stuff on the ground, and an easy way to see and pick these up are by pressing the Alt key on your keyboard. From there, you can click on the item to be able to pick it up. It makes life easy, especially when there's a lot of stuff on the ground. Now, you're all new to combat, and it's okay to be confused by a lot of things, but early game, you're going to see these 4 skills pop up a lot, and you're going to have access to them as well. If you look above the fox's head here, you're going to see a skill with a shield. Now this is defense, a skill you're also going to have access to. Now if you look on screen, you're going to see the common flow for early game Mabinogi. Like I mentioned before, Mabinogi is essentially rock, paper, scissors until you learn more skills that can interrupt the flow of the rock, paper, scissors. But if a monster has defense up, you're going to use smash. If a monster has smash up, you're going to use counterattack. If a monster is using smash on you, you're going to use counterattack or windmill. It's a lot to take in at first, but you're doing really good. I just want you to try and experiment on some monsters and you'll get the feel. This is just to give you some information, a quick little guide. So after you make your character and go through the first little tutorial area, you're going to be teleported in front of Duncan. Make sure you talk to Duncan because he's going to give you an item in your inventory. Then you're going to want to open up your inventory by pressing I on your keyboard. And then you're going to right click on it and select Use. This is going to bring you to a field where you'll be able to test out all the classes and talents within Mabinogi at an early level. So take some time here to fully try everything and see how everything flows and feels, because you're not going to be penalized in any way, shape, or form for dying here or for messing around with skills. You will have access to a bunch of stuff here, so please, class, take your time. Now, whenever you're done messing around with the skills and classes that Mabinogi has to offer, go back and talk to Tin to leave. You're going to want to talk to Duncan again, and then he's going to push you into rebirthing. Now, that is a loaded topic, but we're going to get onto that in a different video. Once you go through that and select the class that you want, open up your quest log. You're going to see this quest of Blue Fragrance on the Wind. As a new player, it's important that you follow this quest because it's going to give you a lot of good gear, some pets, some extra inventory space, as well as good buffs. It's going to guide you through the game. It's going to guide you through the story that Mabinogi has to offer, while teaching you a ton of things about the game. Follow this book throughout your journey, okay? You can explore, you can do other things, but whenever you're like, what do I do next? Open this book and do it. It gives you a lot of benefits, and this is a way to play the game. But not even just play the game, but to learn about the game, since the game is old and has so much to offer. Alright class, how do you feel about your first day in Erin? I'm sure you're feeling good. I'm sure you're feeling confident.
Yeah, but there's so much more I need to learn.
You're exactly right, new player. So that's why we're going to be making more of these videos, but today was just a brief overlook as to what can make your life easier and a great way to guide you into the world. So in our next video, we're going to cover stats and skills. We're going to cover bags and inventory sizes, as well as rebirthing. All these mechanics play into getting stronger within Mabinogi, especially early on. So I hope you come back for that video. In the description is going to be a bunch of links to helpful resources that will help you in the meantime. But for now, we have a word from our fellow Soul streamer and substitute professor, Fierlyt.
Hello everybody, hope you're enjoying Heroes video. Here's a pro tip from a resident expert. Drop the stuff, just drop it. If you don't know what something is or what it's for, open the auction house and list it. If it's not worth much there, it's not rare enough to keep. Drop it, feed it to your spirit weapon, or literally burn it in a fire. There's a lot of junk items. If you don't have a good reason to hold on to it, it's just clogging inventory. I know it can be easy to get in the habit of hoarding any item the game lets you pick up, and the fear of needing something later or not knowing if something is important can get to you. But if I'm being honest, things aren't that hard to collect. When you need it, you can find it. And high-key, the community is stupid generous. If you find you actually need something, just ask around. It's not uncommon to run across a Giga that has stuff on hand and is happy to clear some space or help an egg. In terms of enchantments and equipment, the items Blaanid gives you are far better than anything you'll pick up and will easily last you until you get your bearings and know exactly what you're looking for. Don't keep clutter in your inventory and it'll make life on Mabby much easier.